for today's Cup of Coffee with Scream.
Cup of coffee.
Monkey brain.
I want a coffee.
Monkey brain.
Monkey brain.
And that's what it's referred to a lot of times as far as neurospicy people. Mm-hmm. Particularly with the ADHD. Because it is monkey brain. It is. Jumps and jumps and jumps and screeches and yeah, it's not fun. Mm-hmm. It's not fun.
I saw, those little tiny bats?
Uh-huh.
Never mind, I'll tell that to you later.
Okay. And it's one of those things that it takes a tremendous amount of effort. Like I said, those of us who actually can benefit from medication, and people are going, well, you don't need it. No, trust me, we need it.
Oh, yeah.
On the times that I have not had the medication, yeah.
It's necessary. It's a necessity sometimes. It
makes my world a lot less chaotic. Because when you are trying to formulate an idea, and that, and this is really crazy in today's world, and part of it has to do with, I don't know if it's social engineering or just everything, but people do not like silence. And in a lot of conversations, you'll notice people are not actually listening. They're just waiting for the other person to take a breath so that they can jump in.
Mm-hmm. Well, usually the silence, people don't like silence because it gives their mind time to do. And so they don't
monkey brain.
And they don't like to hear their thoughts and stuff like that. So they try to they don't want to hear whatever comes up. They don't want to face whatever.
Right.
And so they just want to shove it down.
And it's interesting because Eckhart Tolle had read and listened to quite a bit of him. I've read and listened to a whole lot of stuff over the years. And he would talk about that. And what was interesting is people would go to listen to his lectures. Mm-hmm. And he would just sit there and smile.
The whole time?
No, not the whole time. But he did not allow other people to control him, even as far as when he was supposed to speak. He's brilliant on a lot of it. And he's another one that very turtle.
There's some people that just, you look at them and it's like, oh, you're this type of animal.
Yeah. I like turtles.
I like turtles too. Not Turtle Man.
Well,
not that Turtle Man.
Yertle.
Yertle. No, I don't like Yertle.
Yertle's, God love him. Yeah. With the ADHD, it does sometimes take a while to learn to formulate your ideas, especially when you're trying to articulate them, because there are so many ideas going on simultaneously that it's not uncommon to stop mid-sentence and start another sentence and expect other people to keep up.
Right.
Some people can deal with it and some people can't.
And sometimes you never do complete the thought. And so it's, I'm not, when I say you, I'm not saying you, like, it's like, because you'll jump around so often, but eventually you'll bounce back to the original thing. Usually. And then you expect people to keep up, and it just, it confuses the fuck out of
it people. Can. And there are quite a few people that are podcasters that very much ADHD. And not everybody can deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a lot of people out there that are neurospicy. Mm-hmm. And for the normies, they don't get it.
No, they don't understand neurospicy whatsoever.
Yeah. As far as the monkey brain.
Monkey brain. Ooh,
Yeah. And to try to calm that. There's different forms of meditation. There's all types of techniques that you can do. But now if you're overly stressed, it's just going, it's like, whew,
yeah.
Whew. There's nothing really that helps because you just become overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And that becomes not only a mental exhaustion, but a physical exhaustion.
When you're overly stressed, meditation is near impossible almost.
Yeah, it is. And it's like, there have been so many, let's put it like this. The number of times that I have had without the monkey brain, I can't remember if they put me on a medication once and for a day, and it was amazing. And because
like silence.
My metabolism is as it is, that was it. I got the one day. And so
you process medications really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And some kind of weirdness. I've had physicians tell me that.
I think that it's just genetic. I think that it's our family.
Yeah.
It's our bloodline.
Yeah. But the monkey brain, when there's a lot of stuff going on in the world like there is today, it can leave you wiped out. And that's just like today. And where our whole damn bunch is neurospicy. And when you get everybody in a room and you're already overwhelmed, and it's just like, I can't. And so a lot of times what you have to do is just remove yourself physically. That's where it's like, I got to go outside and smoke a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, sorry, I'm going to have to go outside. I'm going to have to sit. I'm going to have to smoke. I'll be back in a few minutes. Yeah. Just give me some time to de-escalate. Just to get my thoughts together.
Yeah. And in our world today, it's really, when you, it's, oh my God, the pondering. And that's the thing about the monkey brain. The pondering never stops. Ever.
I wish it did.
Yeah. And to explain to somebody, it's like, look, I'm just totally, completely overwhelmed. I'm burnt. I need time. I need silence. And people get upset with you. And I don't know why they get upset with you. But they do.
I think it's because it makes them uncomfortable. And it's not, you're not willing. They can no longer get attention or energy from you. And thus they get pissed off when they're not getting whatever.
That's where they need to do for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to entertain themselves or something. Go out and talk to other people or something like that. And so, when you're burnt out just of everything, and you need to take time to yourself, just be by yourself and recharge, it takes a minute. Sometimes if you're so depleted, it will take a minute.
Yep. Like,
it could take days, weeks, months. You have no idea how long it's going to last.
No, you don't.
Until you feel that, but when it's over, when you'd be like, okay, I want to socialize again.
Yeah. And especially with this, as far as Aquarius,
they reel back from people. Once they're done, they're done. They're done for a minute.
It's not, people don't have to take it personally.
Yeah.
That is just how it is. And to honor somebody else's wishes. Give them the extra space that they need right now.
Well, that's like that. And it sounds sad, but it's not a sad song at all. Like, really, like it's truly not a sad song. Happy Loner. She talking about like she's overwhelmed a lot, and she reels back from her friends. And it has nothing to do with them. It's her. She just needs time to recharge. And she likes her personal space. She likes having her alone time. She does not like being accessible all the time.
Exactly. And that is one of the things about introverts, that they have a tendency to have a very low social battery.
And artists, a lot of the time, that's just how they are.
Yes, because it's a matter of living in the inner world.
Yeah.
That's just how they are. Has nothing. It's amazing how people will try to. That's what I was talking to a kid this morning. As far as generalities, those of us that are older, we would talk, and it was a matter of generalities. It was like that bell curve. And that some of the younger generations have this really interesting way to make anything that you say about them. It's still a kid brain, hedonistic, sometimes narcissistic. I don't know if there's necessarily that much of a difference on that. That they don't understand generalities. And for some of that, it may be if the shoe fits, then wear it.
Well, that's usually, a lot of the time that's what happens. It's like, seriously, they're so self-critical. A lot of the time they are so self-critical that they automatically think that someone's dogging on them or something like that. Whenever they're just saying something as a complaint, just general complaint about,
Because they've got the monkey riding their back on that.
Yeah.
That they're looking for someone to validate their inner critic.
Yeah. And that's what you were talking to me about earlier.
Absolutely.
So
that personal lie, I am not enough.
It's
and
like,
that seek somebody else to validate the lie.
It's like, I'm not good enough. I'm shit. No matter what I do, it's never enough. All that. And it's like, that's not true. That's literally a lie.
Yeah. But there are people that would prefer to believe the lie. And that's one of the basis of therapy. It doesn't have to be that hard. Rewrite the script in your head. If you have some kind of inner voice that's telling you that you are anything other than a beloved child of the Most High God, that's the voice of the enemy.
Yes. And see, I don't know if this is the right time to do it. That's something that I've been doing personally, is trying to rewrite that. It's like, if my thoughts race, it's like, I'm okay. Like, literally.
Yeah.
Like, beforehand, it's like, something's fucking wrong. Something's going wrong. And it's like, no, literally, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm secure within Jesus Christ. I am good. I'm a beloved child of the Almighty God.
Yes.
I'm okay.
Yes. Because we've got a world screaming at everybody to try to convince them that they are not. Right. And those that are trying to convince somebody that they are not okay in whatever way usually are trying to sell you a product.
And I think that's what it stems from. All these people being like, oh, this is wrong with me. This is wrong with me. And that hedonist, that monkey brain, the monkey riding their back. I think this is a product of all that scrutiny coming from advertising, media, all this shit.
That is highly likely. That is highly likely. And the beauty standard, which is bullshit. It's an illusion.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What do you consider beautiful?
Right. And it's just like I said, the Tim Tebow thing that he had on X. I have enjoyed that and seeing these people, and it helps you put things in perspective.
If you hear snuffing,
we didn't put the cats out before. We didn't close the door before we started recording, and that was.
And it's the crusty boy. It's the crusty boy.
And sometimes you have to put things in perspective. Everybody's got problems. Everybody going through stuff.
Yes, just like, yeah.
And it's a matter of when you have a basis of comparison. That's how you learn to deal with things. To sit there and go, you know what, I'm okay. I am okay. I am blessed.
Yeah, and it's also, that's like what I was telling you out on the porch. It's like being very family oriented and caring about y'all a lot and wanting to help so much. And it's like, the best thing I could do is just let y'all do. Is just step back, work on me, and let y'all do.
Exactly. To respect somebody else's journey. To, if somebody asks for help or whatever, you can offer that, or you can do that. But to let somebody struggle, sometimes struggle is necessary. That's the whole thing about the butterfly. When they did the thing about somebody went ahead and decided to help the butterfly by taking an X-Acto knife and cutting the chrysalis open, the cocoon open. And without the struggle, the butterfly was unable to fly. It was a necessary thing for its development.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's difficult. It's difficult even with that for like the people who have sanctuaries or something like that. Because sometimes you get cocoons, like butterfly cocoons, that are way too thick.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not possible for the butterfly itself to get out of it. And so they do have to cut it open sometimes. And usually they are able to fly sometimes. Sometimes they're able to fly. But it's like they will be hindered to some extent, because with that breaking out of the cocoon, it strengthens them.
Mm-hmm. But you also got to realize that even with that, why was the cocoon too thick?
The cocoon too thick was just due to, I guess, like, I don't know exactly why it was. Oh, you nasty. You nasty.
Oh,
mucus. That's why.
My God, we have to live with that.
Due to just some sort of gunk, like mucus or something like that, like excrement or something, you know.
We're the ones that...
The nest is so full of shit.
That needed the assistance and stuff like that. Did they survive enough to where they reproduced?
That I do not know. I don't think so.
Yeah. Because that's what happens a lot of times with mutations like that. They are not able to reproduce. Reason being that nature does not want something. If you produce cocoons that they can't survive, then that's going to be the death of the species.
Yeah.
So things like that have a way of working themselves out. That's a safeguard that God has put in. And that people sometimes, I don't know, they interfere when they shouldn't.
Because they want to help. They feel like they're doing a good thing.
Sometimes.
And it's like, no, the best, seriously, the best, like you, I just got to let you I got to let you cough it out, but there's nothing we took you to vets.
Yeah, and there's nothing
we can do. So we just got to watch you and let you be nasty. I'm not going to let you stamp me, though.
It's just, yeah, I mean, my God, it's bad enough to have this many cats, but when you've got special needs cats. Yeah.
And that's even the thing, like, special needs cats, if they know that some places, they do have a knowing. They do have a knowing whether in some place is a good place for them or not.
Yeah.
But ones like him, he wouldn't survive out in the wild.
No, if we had not taken him in, he probably would have been dead years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have had him for years now.
Yeah. And I will say he is a good bud.
He is, he is a
nasty.
Really sweet kitty, but as far as the other stuff, and it's just like...
Yeah, and he stinks.
Yeah.
He stinks horribly, and it's his breath.
Yeah. And there was nothing that could be done. So, monkey brain. Don't let the monkey ride your back. Don't let it screech to drive you insane.
The thing is, and this is weird, because at this point, it's like that fucking... The monkeys that are riding people's backs, it's like those fucking symbol monkeys.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they have amplified to the symbol monkey, which is worse.
Those are horrifying.
Yeah.
Those toys. How in the world they ever thought that was a child's toy, I don't know. God, that was a creepy something.
The 30s was a weird time.
Well, you know what? That's true. And that is some of the Halloween art during that time is what I really enjoy. But there was a lot of artwork that was really creepy.
Yeah. Like,
don't know why.
Like, legit, even the puppets from back then were creepier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And the Halloween costumes and stuff like that, my God, they were truly horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Again, with the monkey. See, this is how the monkey brain goes. It's like, it's like branches off of a tree. Yeah. You start this topic, and it leads into this, and leads into this, and leads into this.
Yeah, and when you got one that's medicated and one that's unmedicated,
it's hard.
I'm sorry.
And it can be frustrating. It can be frustrating. So, but, there's also the monkeys, people did have the ability to train the monkeys.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It can be trained. The brain can be trained.
Right.
It's just that people don't want to put in the work sometimes.
Absolutely.
Or they don't have the right support system or something like that.
Well,
whatever, But it can't, even if you don't got the right support system, it can still, that was right in my mouth.
Ew. Ew.
You can still do it. It's still very much possible to retrain your brain even in the worst circumstances. Some
of the greatest masters, it was a matter of them isolating themselves from everybody else, and it was just them and God. Well, and that they worked on whatever it was, and then when they reemerged, they had this understanding and enlightenment that was massively advanced. Mm-hmm. People are not willing to spend the 40 days in the desert these days. They're not willing to spend 40 minutes out with the TikTok or whatever.
Listen, I'm fully willing to sit on the mountain for about a month.
Yeah.
I can do that. If y'all would let me, I would do that.
I have no problem with it. You just need to make plans on it. Mm-hmm. So,
would you want to do that?
If I'm up there with you, you're not by yourself.
No, I'm talking about switching shifts. It's like I take a month and then you take a month.
If you take a month, I've got a month.
You're right, because you would be here with the cats.
This is again. Anybody willing to do kitty daycare?
Someone, please, we need kitty daycare.
Josie's Jazzy Junk had the best comment about the background for yesterday. She said she appreciated the Terrence McKenna kitties. And that was brilliant. It was accurate and just brilliant. It was a matter I cackled on that one. So thank you, Josie.
That's good.
Everybody's having paranormal and supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. You want to tell them where we can be found?
You can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. You can also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Rolanda, COCWS. Thank you all for joining us. Have a good.
Somewhere in the back of my monkey brain, I wanted this to be sort of semi-professional in what we do. It ain't gonna happen. I just need to accept it for what it is and just roll with it. We've done it for years. Cats, everything. Yes.
I did not want him on me.
I understand. It's just I didn't want the possum to run. I didn't want the possum to run in the house the other day, but it did anyhow.
But its face. I wish you could have seen its little face while it was in the corner. It was so cute.
God. Oh, God. Pray for us.
I would have picked it up if I could.
Pray for us. This is why we need prayers.
I would have picked it up.
No. Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.